Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Putty and welcome to the Night of the Champions. A couple of the women are working elsewhere today, but that's okay because they're not on this show. And despite the fact that Higa isn't here, we still have a terrible backstage rating. Oh well. Hollywood, what are you doing? Recent attitude. Yeah, alright, whatever. Hollywood, you're so much trouble. Okay, and we're going to do a motivational speech, which should... Oh god, look at that backstage rating. Which should bring everyone's morale up a little bit. Yay! Well, actually, no, it won't bring anyone's morale up a bit. What an inspirational speech does, or a motivational speech, is it improves match ratings only slightly. Alright, so, a 1 versus 1. And you get a last man standing match. There it is. And you get a last man standing match. Cameron Vessey. Oh shit, that momentum is falling. The momentum should bounce straight back up after this, as long as his success in the storyline doesn't fall too low, which it shouldn't because he's been doing well all year. It's very good, so it could be better, but oh well. 20 minutes of Cameron Vessey versus Mean Jean Cattley action. And everybody wants to see Cammy lose again. That's because they reacted so well last time. Yep, completely and utterly the best booking decision I've ever made. Okay, Cammy can just shut up. I don't like booking wrestlers to lose when they're unhappy, because it's usually a bad idea anyway. But I'm fine with doing it today because he needs to lose. It's unfortunate, but it's true. I was thinking about doing the Hollywood versus Findlay match as the semi-main, but I think the American title should be the semi-main, and it's gonna be an I Quit match. Yeah, nobody really gives a shit about that. It's not really ridiculously... I mean, they might, because it's not very low content risk, right? Injury risk is high, though. It's prestige you want to look at. I Quit is low, but it's not very low. So an I Quit match will just technically do better than a... an I Quit match will do better than a regular match, whereas I don't know if a best 2 out of 3 falls match actually will. Ultimate death match, no. I Quit match, possibly. Could do a cage match between these two. Prestige is average on that one. Could do a death match. Could do a Texas death match, which is a lot less risky. All it is like a last man standing match. I don't quite understand it. I think it's like you have to get the 3 count and then it turns into a last man standing match or something like that. Aussie rules, what's that? Okay, so it's just a no DQ match. That's okay. Weapon on a pole match. We got cage matches. First Blood is kind of cool. Hardcore. An Iron Man is a good one. Ooh. We go with a 60-minute Iron Man match, and it's apparently got really high prestige. At the Wrestling Classic this year, we're going to try and do an Iron Man match. Alright, so we're going to do an I Quit match. Hopefully it doesn't bomb. If it does, we've got a backup. But it shouldn't bomb. The reason why I'm thinking it might bomb is because of the risky content in it. It's not very low, so I feel like for some reason the crowd may rebel against that, but they shouldn't. Alright, should I take the risk of calling this one? Has For Sure got to the point at 69 psych? Surely For Sure can now call a match, right? Everyone else at 69 psych can, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, he's come a long way, right? He's come over 10 points in his psych in a year. Come on, he's got to be able to call this one. It's only a frickin' I Quit match. I'm surprised an I Quit match is only going 10 minutes, by the way. That's probably quite low for one. So, on the grandest stage of them all, we got a couple of matches that need to be booked, like Findlay versus Hollywood, which needs to get wrapped up. We're not going to do a gimmick for that, even though it possibly should have one. I'm going to give it 16 minutes because it deserves a 16-minute blow-off. Findlay or Hollywood over? I reckon we do Hollywood over. Even though Hollywood can't compete with Mean Jean in the main event right now, I still think we go Hollywood over because I think Hollywood has the more longevity. Findlay's kind of really been floating around. He can always get himself over with his menace angles, but I still don't truly believe in Findlay O'Faraday as a main event player in 2015, which we're about to enter, by the way. That's going to be exciting. At least it is for me to enter 2015. Casey Glenn and Cheetah Boy versus the Ring Generals. This is a freaking dream match for TEW standards. Alright, so Marv over Cheetah. Come on, Cheetah. You're in the ring with 3 of the best athletes on the entire roster. You should be able to make this good. Can Cheetah call a match? Yeah. Especially with these guys in there with him. Yep, put the tag titles online. Might as well build their prestige up a little bit. Okay, now we've got Nigel and El Mitico that we could book, and we probably should, against heels above them? Oh, I don't know about Ernest. We should book them, though. So, you're a face. You can face. So, El Mitico versus Robbie Wright. Did we do that last episode? I think we might have. If we did, then we'll do Nigel versus Robbie Wright. Now, last time we did that was stupid. Oh no, we did do it at Proving Ground. Never mind them. Do it. Nigel instead. We've probably done that at some point, but sure. We really do need to get Nigel and El Mitico over. That's why Nigel's going over in this match. Because they are going to prove valuable assets to the main event scene in the future. It's just about getting people to the right point, pushing them at the right time. You know how it is. You're an opener though, you can't actually fight enhancement talent. I'm not even sure if you can fight lower mid-carders. I hope you can. Because if El Mitico and the Architect have a good, no bullshit, no dings match, then they should put on a barnstormer. But obviously penalties could put an end to that. Alright, so you can face one of the Aces of Mayhem. I reckon Ace Youngblood. Nice high flyer, flashy moves. You can put on a good show. And I reckon we put Ernest over. I like the Aces of Mayhem, as you guys know. I've been trying to push him for like 2 years. But I reckon we put Ernest over, because Ernest needs to start getting over. And we're about at the point we need to. At 7 matches. I like that. Okay. There's no one that I can think of that I haven't booked that I'd like to. So Hollywood needs a promo, because Hollywood has been surprisingly amazing on promos recently. 6 minutes, we can do 6-minute promos on this show, because this show is taking a while. I wanted to test out Hollywood, KC on a promo, didn't I? So let's give it a go. Could bomb. Probably isn't going to do well, but if he gets a D, he's doing better than Robbie. So there you go. Who's KC fighting? Oh, he's not fighting anyone these days, is he? I guess he can cut one on Robbie then. No, who's in this storyline with him? Marvin Ernest. Cut a promo on the commentator, Casey. Heel, Casey heel. I don't know, that would be a heel thing to do. Just get into the ring and start cutting a promo on the commentator. But Casey isn't a heel, so I don't know what I'm saying there. Let's see if Cameron Vessey can open up the show well enough. So the reason why I think we had such a low grade on the Cammy versus Mean Jean match at Where It All Begins Again is because we were in the wrong region. So hopefully that this does a lot better. You can also check in a Findlay promo on Hollywood. Somewhere in here. There it is. We haven't got them working the crowd, have we? No, we haven't. Good. Oh, that's going to cause a little bit of... I don't know, that's probably going to be picked up by the mic. I should probably mute my PC. I did that for the earlier recording session, but I didn't do it for this one. For whatever reason. Actually, we could do some entertainment-based celebration angles for this one. Post-match celebration V2. And Frosher can do some celebrating post-match. Put a lot of angles on the show, why not? We got the time for it. Yeah, so we have a lot of time these days to get everyone fit in, which is good. We still haven't got everyone fit in on the show, which is a little bit sad because we should, but it's just basically because of lack of faces. It's a lack of faces everywhere. We have a serious lack of faces. I would bring in more, but we can't afford them at the moment. In fact, I'm thinking of sacking a few of the people over on the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes brand, like Brent Hill, who are just causing more trouble than they're worth at the moment. Okay. Fro can probably actually kind of pre-match singles catchphrase. I would be perfectly happy with this. Yeah. I think Fro is just gold on the mic, if I'm being honest with you. So, yeah. Findlay Faraday promo on him, so we'll do a pre-match catchphrase from Hollywood. I bet Hollywood tells everyone to suck it. Alright, Hollywood, there you go. And we've ended up with a decently angle-based show, but it's okay. Where are we hosting the show tonight? Mid-Atlantic, right? Yes. Yes, make sure that doesn't get screwed up again. This show needs to be good because the FanFest Monthly wasn't great. We were missing a couple of our big names there. Alright, let's go. Big show, big show. That's good. There's 3 angles to start off this show. They all do pretty well. And the match does pretty well too. That's okay. That's okay too. Nice work, guys. I knew they would put on a good show if they were given the right time. These two also put on a really good show. That should do wonders for Ernest. You know what? That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. KC is cutting decent promos these days. This, I really wanted it to be better. Yeah. Fro, look at that. Fro is just dynamite. And this match needs to be good. Ah, yes. The I Quit match was good. Hopefully it doesn't ding the main event, but yes, this was good. And Fro goes completely overboard in the celebration. Then Cammy enters, and then... Well, it's not their best match, but it's definitely better than their last match. And it will be the last time these two go at it. And Mean Jean and Cammy could not make the 10 count. And this ends Cammy's stint in the main event for now. He should be back. He's our guy. And this gets us a C+, which should win us the battle. Should win us the national battle this week. For sure, man. I know Greg Gage should be given a lot of praise, but For sure has really impressed me. To the point where I'm seriously considering putting him as the next champ. Like I could seriously see that happening. Ernest Youngman complaints. Well, you got 1 win and suddenly you think you need a bigger push? Is that it? Huh? Is that it? I think you're right, but, is that it? I'd love it if you were big enough to get a bigger push, which you probably are now. I mean, that's probably gone from 0 to 10, so... It went from 3 to 10, so whatever. Sure. I will give everyone the push they deserve. And the push that they need. So I actually am thinking of letting Brent Hill go because he's on a lot of money to whine, which is my fault because I jobbed him out so much. But still, he's on a lot of money to whine, so I could negotiate him down to a much shorter contract and then just let him go. Who's getting paid the most right now? So Sam Keith is getting paid a lot, but he's also the owner, so that he's taking a wage. We're paying 2 referees, I think, a lot of money per appearance. And they're also working both shows. We don't need 2 referees, especially if we're not making a profit. We should probably cut one of them. Do we need 2 announce teams? We're paying this announce team a lot of money, this right here. And they're only working our B show right now. Do we need 2 announce teams? Is that B show announce team ready to take over? No. No, they're not. But I still rate this announcer better. I think this announcer and Robbie is probably going to be... See, that's the thing. If I think this announcer and Robbie is going to be the long-term partnership, why aren't I using them now? Like, they're not building experience like this. So, do I just sack Ernie and put Mitch on a 3-man booth on every show? Like, those are questions I need to ask, because if we make a really large like loss going into January, then we do need to make changes. Either we need to stop running the touring shows, or we need to just we need to cut some people, you know. Because I don't want to stop running them. I think it's a good idea. I don't know if it's a great idea, but I don't want to stop running them. I really don't. So I'm gonna keep running them. So I'm just gonna have to make cuts. Like at the end of the day, if we can go and we can. If we're only making like a $250 loss, then we can cut Brent Hill out of the. Even though he's the biggest star there, we can really focus on the women's division then, because we can probably hire. If we cut Brent Hill and we cut another guy or two, we can probably hire in a lot cheaper workers to replace them. That's the thing. And then again, when we do the renegotiations for the rotating contracts. Oh shit! Look at that. Team of the year. What do you mean team of the year? There's no team of the year. I guess they just... No. Tommy Cornell wins Wrestler of the Year. Well deserved. And we're in January. Oh, profit. $533 loss. Findlay O'Faraday contract is ending. Finished first in the national battles, which is good. Cameron Vessey ends his tour. Findlay O'Faraday contract ending. Huh. What do we think about Findlay? He's our guy, right? You know, we'll go to bat to him. For him. He's good, Findlay O'Faraday. He knows what he's doing. I'll have to get back on that one. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to take a quick look myself at the national awards, because I'm interested. We didn't win anything, otherwise we get an email, but oh well. Peter Michaels, I think that's SWF, and Emma Chase continues her dominance. Laura Catherine Huggins, you say? TCW. Oh, interesting. Most improved company was TCW. Shiori Japansha. Did she? I think she won it twice in a row. Young Wrestler of the Year went to Fuyuku Higa. Holy shit. Oh my god, she pulled a 92. With who? I need to know who that was with. Was it a tag team match, or did she just pull it on her own? What a girl this is. I know she's awesome. Like, her stats just dictate that that's going to be... She's pulled a couple of nights. She had a 92 with Shiori Japansha and Tomoko Nagatsuka. Tomoko Nagatsuka. I could pronounce that fast if I practiced it a little bit. Good lord, we need to hire in that Japansha. It might not be the worst idea in the world. Karubi would not work for us though, because she's doesn't work in this country. Match of the year was Tommy Cornell. Really? TCW doesn't tend to put on matches of the year. Was that on 99 then? Is that why Tommy is Wrestler of the Year? Yeah, he pulled 99. I assume that's with the guy. Let's have a look at his matches this year. Pulled a couple of 99s actually. Wow. Well done, Tommy. That was a good year for you. TCW is in a very good state right now. Okay, we should go back to MAW though, because we have a couple of things to do before we end the episode off. So I'm not going to check what everyone was on before I end these storylines, but I'm just going to end them. Ooh, look at that. The Froshire title reign, lol, is going well. And also ending the Forgotten Princes. And that leaves our roster momentum at 89 for Mr. Vessey, and then everybody else is still falling below 70, which is interesting. Very interesting indeed. How is Mr. Vessey doing after that little stump? He's down a massive 7 points, which is very sad, but I'm not too bothered. How is Mr. Casey Glenn doing? Still improving, and your microphone skills are not really competent yet, but at least you are cutting D promos, which is only going to do good things, because it means I'll just trust him to cut promos every day, every show. I'm surprised that he's cutting good promos. Like, I guess it must be the star quality that really makes the difference, because Robbie Wright just can't cut promos. It could also be his gimmick, though. It could also be his gimmick. We will change that gimmick. Yeah, maybe that'll be the difference. Robbie Wright, you should start cutting good promos now. He really should be cutting good promos, though. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut the older ref, which is this guy, unless he really is loved by someone. He hates Sid Collier, which is fine. Because he can go join him in the unemployment line. Oh! Yeah, he's gone now. Anybody else that we're desperately wanting to cut? Brent Hill, I really want to cut. Yep. Bye-bye! Ah, feels relief. Anybody else that desperately needs a cutting who's at the top of this pay chain? We've got Belle Bryden and Steve Flash both being paid $2,000 a show. You know, Steve Flash, you're a very good worker. You are a very, very good worker, okay? And you have taught, I'm sure, much of the roster everything you know. But I'm not sure you're worth that amount of money. Especially with your declining physical abilities and all that. You know, that's good. Those are great stats, man. They're great stats and you should be proud of them. And you are teaching a lot of people a lot of things, but I just don't know if you're worth that. I think I'm going to keep you around. Because I think you are worth keeping to just transfer that psychology. Belle Bryden is obviously worth keeping. Chance Fortune, did he even do anything at the last show? Was he working elsewhere, or did I just forget to use him? Oh, no. Holy shit, I forgot to use him at the last show. I do want to use him, though, because he is really freaking over. We got him kind of more over than he was before. Yeah, he's really freaking over. He is the joint most over guy on the roster now. He's great as a worker. I could do a lot of good with Chance Fortune. So, yeah. Cheetah Boy, though. Ugh, that was not a good... You still have not shown me anything, boy. I thought you were better than this. Alright, we'll come back to you. I still want to see if there's anybody worth... Like, we've already cut out, I think, like, $3,000. So we're going to be making a profit, hopefully. But is there anybody we could cut out? I'm still tempted to just hack this announce team down. Because they aren't... They're worth it, because they're good and they're young. But is it really worth it? And Hollywood might be worth putting on the chopping block earlier than expected. We also need to hire in a new guy to replace Brent Hill. And Mitico is on a lot of money, man. In comparison to most of the roster. Our champion is getting paid the absolute least. Because the user characters don't get paid any money. So what I'm going to do is, between episodes, I'm going to do a lot of thinking. And for the next episode isn't going to be a show episode. It's going to be the year in review episode. So you're going to see a whole new roster when we come back, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of changes to this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Check out the rest of the series if you haven't already. Please subscribe so that you check out all the videos in your sub box, and of course, please give me some feedback if you have any. In the next episode, we'll be reviewing the year as a whole, so I will see you guys then.